Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Unicross. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday today. Unless it's Sunday, I might upload this video tomorrow because I don't want to spray you guys with a bunch of content in one day because YouTube doesn't like that and doesn't notify anyone that I uploaded a video. But anyways, we're going to be doing Vivi for the high score challenge today. Hopefully I get traits on this one. I actually like Vivi, so I would really... I like all these characters. It's like, how do you not like these characters? This is the whole reason we pull for them or try to get them. But I'm going to go in for my trait rolls. Go for the guilt. The guilt campaign's gone. Can't do anything about that. So hopefully I do get some extra attacks on this. Some negative 60s, some plus 1,000. Vivi high score challenge. I think I made place 3,300. I decided not to pull for any more Black Friday deals because I was waiting for the last day. And then we got the news about Kingdom Hearts 3 Kyrie and the buff cap, and I was like, okay, I'll sit back for a little bit. I might be doing a last minute pull video on a couple of the Black Friday. I was thinking like I kind of want to rework my traits on Sephiroth, or maybe I want to go for a shot for that Riku. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of waste, but 1,500 per pull for sub slots. Sounds pretty good if I go for like one of the other foretellers or something, but even that's a waste now because I don't need them. So we'll see what that turns out to be. For now, let's jump into Vivi and let's see what I get out of this. So main account, I made 3,300. Free to play account, I just got the reward. I didn't even bother. I didn't want to pull anymore. I don't even think I pulled for Riku. I didn't pull for Riku on my free to play account, so that's going to be a whole different story there. I was just like, free-to-play count's different because I'm not getting a refund. The Riku banner is amazing, but I can't really afford 15,000 jewels, and I have been passing all the content, so I kind of held off. But again, last day, guys, you might see a pull video on both accounts, one account, or nothing at all. For now, let's jump into this beautiful medal. So, Vivi, again, he's one of the strongest medals in the game when it comes to single target or random. He definitely has a big punch. He's got a huge multiplier. So he's not the top, but he's like right beside there with a unique effect. So you do want to see for the traits, you guys want to get that extra attack for all content, negative 60 to make PvE content even easier for area or ground, and plus 1,000s for everything as well. If you have 3 plus 1,000s and you have a proper sub slot with attack boost 8 max, you are going to go through enemies' defenses, especially with a high multiplier like this. And there's a lot of good upgrade magic slots in the game. So Vivi is a great medal. He has competition with Jack, Bob and Jack. You got Genie, which not really competition. Bob and Jack is like a killer medal, but he's not that far off. It's like 0.66 difference. So if you guys get anything else besides that, like raid damage, it's raid damage. Everyone likes raiding when it comes to getting extra levels and stuff like that, but I'm not a raider, so I don't want to see any raid damage. So we are going to go for the first trait roll here. So please give me something good, please. I don't got a boosted one, so I don't got to worry about that. I'm going to let it play through. Because again, today's just one of those days I just want to relax. Don't want to move too much. Oh, man. Maybe I should give him some love. Maybe I should give him some love. Vivi, come on. I just said, here, I'll tap you, boy. I'll tap you. Show me something good. Yeah. Anybody want my account? I'll trade my rating account for your negative 60 extra attack account. I think it's a fair trade. If you're someone who likes rating, hit me up. Alright, as much as I want to keep 2 of them, I didn't make top 1,000, so I don't get the luxury of that. I'd rather have full traits on him than have another one sit to the side. As cool as they are, and I think somewhere down the line, it'd be really awesome to have something like this. If I had another copy, I'd keep one, but yeah. Yeah, none of these high score challenge medals besides Boss Xemnas have been turning out good for me. I don't think none of them's got negative 60, and only Boss Xemnas has got that extra attack. So that just happened, but it's got to go on. There's going to be more of them. Needless to say, if you guys did get bad traits like I did, but you don't have Bob and Jack or Genie or anything that's upgrade magic, this is still going to do a ton of damage for you. Don't be afraid to upgrade it. I know a lot of people are waiting for those negative 60s, those extra attacks, the extra 1,000s, then they'll choose to upgrade the medals, and that's because we don't have a lot of tier 8 fairies. But in all honesty, if you don't have any good upgrade magic medals, he's going to do a ton of damage still. A medal without traits just means that's just a little bit weaker with someone versus traits. But this medal versus other medals on your Keyblade, you might as well upgrade them if it's that big of a difference. If you're going from the tier 4 prime medal, the one with Sora on it, that is definitely going to do way more damage. Upgrade Vivi, it's going to do way more damage than that prime medal. Trust me on this. So, unless you have like so many plus 1000 extra attack in PvP. It's going to do different. But anyways, so skill-wise, Vivi here, you do have 7 gauges, especially if you got extra attack. Even if you didn't get extra attack, that needs an attack boost 7 max or 8 max with SP gauge 0, 1, or 2. There's no way you can survive with 7 on there with extra attack. And you can survive with 7 on like Fairy Stars or Stroke of Midnight or Starlight Keyblades. That works really good. There's plenty of SP gauges on there, and most of your medals these days either don't cost anything or they restore gauges as they attack as well, and you probably have an SP gauge on them. But still, you don't want to run into the situation where you're forced to put him on a Keyblade that doesn't have any of that, and then he's got 7 gauges on him. Make sure you throw an attack boost max with an SP gauge on there. So sadly, I don't have 2 copies of him, and I only have 1. But we're going to go into some equipment. I'm going to show you guys some setups you guys can use for Vivi, and hopefully I can show you some pretty decent damage in a setup being copied, because I'm not going to throw anything on him right now. I just don't need him. Alright, so starting off from the top, you got Starlight. Starlight's a pretty solid Keyblade when it comes to especially PvP content. For PvP, if you guys do those multi-turns where the first turn has all the buffs carrying over into the next turn, or when that new Kairi comes out, he will sit beautifully on that first slot with maximum damage, and it works out really nice. And if you need another spot, because you also have Bob and Jack in there or something, then yeah, you also have the 5th slot. Both nice multipliers if you guys got good sub slots like I do, and usually the Starlight gets a booster for 1.0 more, so eventually that's going to turn into a 5.594 for me. And don't forget, with everything that all these medals that you ever showcase or ever have, if you don't have a Keyblade that works and your other medals are already better in those slots, you still have your pet slot. You can put the Vivi in or any future medal that you guys get. Something also to keep in mind as I'm going through this Keyblade setups, Vivi does change the next medal into a magic medal. So even if I say like, oh, you can use a Riku replica to copy backwards to make the Keyblade full magic, you can use whatever you want after Vivi for those magic buffs. So if you do use a medal in the first turn on your first Keyblade in PvP that carries over magic buffs, and you want to use that and make the next Keyblade all magic, Vivi can change every medal in front of it. Not every medal, just the one medal, the next slot. So if he's sitting over here, he'll make this into a magic medal. So you could put your Boss Semnis here, and it'll be a magic Boss Semnis and will be affected by magic buffs. So as I go through all of this, take that in mind. I am saying copycat medals, but you can put whatever you want there. But Starlight is a solid choice for him. 3 wishes. I don't like these beginner Keyblades. That's why all my beginner Keyblades are level 25, like you can see. Their multipliers are just not that impressive. And the best one on here is on the 2nd slot. And like I said, if you're defending and the Kairi's over here, it's not going to really work out good because you want the Kairi over here, and then you drop down to 2.6, and it's not that great. But if you are forced to use the 3 wishes, that is your best slot if your buffer's over here. And then over here, if you need double or triple space for your buffers. So at least there's 3 slots he can sit on, but the multipliers for the 3 wishes aren't very impressive. Then you got Divine Rose, which is a solid Keyblade as well for this guy. Again, PvP content, carryover buffs. He sits beautifully on the first slot. If you want to be copied by Phantom, sits nicely there. Then you can copy backwards with like your key art beginnings. Or if you want to put him over here and copy forward with your nominees, or just have him over here, a 4.290 multiplier with 120 subslots. So looking pretty good. My subslots increased this by 1.390. So he sits beautifully on the Divine Rose. Still one of my favorite Keyblades in here. Then we got Mugo of Glory, which again, 2nd slot is going to be good for attacking. You can definitely copy him. Like I said, PvP content. If you want to use your Shion to copy forward, he can be just a good thing for that if you have magic buffs carrying over, because you can go from Shion, copying him, replica Riku, copying backwards, and then you actually put a magic medal over here, and you guys can use your 2 nominate to copy another magic medal. So you can make this a pretty solid magic setup with that. But that's the only slot he sits on is the 2nd one, 3.314 with a subslot boost of 1.4114. So it's not amazing. Mugo Glory definitely lost his shine a long time ago, but if you do have good reverse magic and reverse power, it's not too bad. But that 2nd slot for upright magic, it could be a lot better. Counterpoint, 3.625. Again, not too impressive, but you can put them wherever you want on this Keyblade. In the beginning, third, fourth, fifth, all depending what copy medals you have, other upright magic medals you have. But yeah, Counterpoint is just upright magic, self-explanatory. You do got the Stroke at Midnight, again, one of my favorite Keyblades in here for damage. You could put them over here right off the bat, 4.145. Then you got 4.450 multiplier. Everything on this Stroke at Midnight is phenomenal, and my sub slots increases by 1.750. So the medals I've been choosing have been working really nice. These triple color Keyblades work out because they don't need 120 of one attribute, so you can take your best of every one, your 20s, your 25s, your 16s, and put them in the sub slots, and you get high sub slots. So Keyblades like this that have triple colors work out really good for sub slots, and you get these crazy high multipliers. Can't wait to see a booster for Stroke at Midnight. That's going to be killer. But that is Stroke at Midnight. He fits nicely on both those slots. You do got the Phantom. If you guys got the Phantom, to copy him forward, Riku to copy backwards. Plenty of things to do here with those two slots sitting on the second and the fourth. Works out nicely. And you got Fairy Stars. Fairy Stars, third slot. Vanitas copying forward. Beautiful. I love it. And if not, your two buffers over here to do the new buff cap, or if it's the old buff cap, you still have two attackers here. Vivi sits nicely over here. Riku to copy backwards. Again, you can use two nominated copy forward for using a PvP second turn setup with carryover buffs, and then an anti-form Sora to copy your pet slot to make it all magic if you need to do so. And then Diamond Dust, it's only got one slot, 2.748. You guys need Mood Gems to upgrade these Keyblades, and even then it's like we don't have enough, especially with having 3 Keyblades that need Moon Gems. So Stroke at Midnight, unless you have really good reverse magic medals, you're probably going to be using like a 2 nominee, not a 2 nominee, one of the tier 7 nominees to copy, or maybe your Bob and Jack here. There's just not enough love on this Keyblade for upright magic. That's what those Keyblades are. They're all reverse Keyblades, so that's pretty self-explanatory again. But I'm going to go on to one of these Keyblades. I'm going to show you guys some damage, his animation, and that is going to be one of the Vivi videos where I don't get good traits again. Alright, so we're going to be facing a single ground enemy, because actually ground doesn't matter. We're going to be facing a single enemy because Vivi has to be facing one enemy and not a group. If it's facing a group, it has a lower multiplier. If it faces just one single target, then it's going to do its maximum multiplier, which is what you guys want to go for if you want the max damage off this. I'm going to be using my 7-star Phantom, who has -60 aerial and ground, plus 1000 with attack boost 8 max, to show you guys the animation and the damage off of this medal. Kairi here for the full upright buffs and every other buff as well, since he is an upright medal. Here's the animation doing 18,766,000. Animation is not that impressive. We've seen it before. But there you go, guys. 18 million. Probably going to hit 19.6 at max. If you guys ever notice, your medals do different damage. So that's why you want to reset quests, because one time will do 18 million per hit. Another time will do 19 million per hit. So on and so on. So that looked like its weakest point there. I've seen it do more than that. I've tested this before just to go through it. So that is Vivi. Vivi is pretty cool. I like him as a medal. He does change the next medal into magic. We'll probably make into some interesting setups like I was showing you, that you can copy him with copycat medals, but he does change the next medal into magic, so it doesn't matter if he's being copied, because you could, in those Keyblade setups, just change the next medal into a magic medal, so it doesn't have to copy him. You can put a Sephiroth there and boom, you've got a magic Sephiroth, so those buffs do carry over. But yeah, that's Vivi, guys. Let me know what you got on your traits. Did you get better than me? You probably did. Let me know down below. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.